Do you find yourself dwelling on your problems, using unhealthy coping strategies, feeling victimized, and becoming overwhelmed by life in general? Hi there, I'm Gina Ramirez. I'm a licensed therapist and certified health coach, and today I'm going to talk to you about mental toughness, what it takes to remain mentally tough to reach your goals, because we know it is not that easy, right? Most of it is mindset. I'm going to give you my top 5 tips on creating mental toughness. Here's what I know to be true. We have about 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day. And really the question becomes, what does your brain do with what's happening to you? How does your brain perceive the things that are coming into your life? As Marie Forleo likes to say, everything is figure outable. And I completely agree. Having the mindset that everything is figure outable, we can figure it out how to do it. The question is, does your brain believe that you can follow through and do the thing? Oftentimes we'll start something and then not finish it, or we become overwhelmed with all the choices out there. We don't know what to choose. We don't know where to begin. And it makes it really hard to stick to the goal, whether that goal is losing weight, whether it's starting an exercise program, whatever your goal is, it can make it really difficult to start. Where is your perception? What does your brain do with that goal, that thing that you have that you want to achieve? That's the question. Do you have an open mindset or a closed mindset? We have 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day, and most of them are recurring thoughts. They're playing on a loop. And so if you've been thinking to yourself, I've always been this way, I always start things and don't finish, I've always been overweight, there's no hope for me. And those thoughts continue to play in your mind, even though you know the program that you're about to start, even though you think that you can finish it or accomplish it, your mind may sabotage you and you may end up failing. So I want you to be mentally tough. The other piece of this is that your brain thinks in stories. So even if we don't know the ending to the story, your brain's going to make it up. And like I said, if you've been telling yourself for a long time that you've always been this way, or that this is overwhelming, this is too much, I have too much on my plate, my life is a roller coaster, whatever you tell yourself, you're going to believe it. I know you know this, friend. Whatever you say, your brain is going to believe it. It's going to be right. So what do you want to believe? And how do you begin to change these thought processes? Well, number one, I want you to start a gratitude journal. And if you have a pen and paper, write these down. How do you overcome? How do you get mentally tough? I'm teaching you ways to begin to train your brain. That's what we're talking about, creating habits by training your brain. And number one is a gratitude journal. Write down the things that you appreciate, 3 things every single day. Get in the habit of training the brain to think positive. Not to say that you're never going to think negative, but we need to course correct. How can we course correct? And the way that we do that is by creating new patterns in your brain for positivity. Gratitude journal, number one. Number 2 is meditation or some kind of quiet space. We are inundated all day long with so much stimuli. We go, 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 and our brain is constantly on. We need to give it a rest every now and then, right? We need to check in with ourselves. We need to go inward, whether that means meditation for you, whether that means focused prayer time, whether that means a sacred space of just quiet and checking in, whatever that is for you. I'm not talking sleep here. I'm talking about focused time. So that's number 2. Number 3 is connection. Maybe you need to call a friend. Sometimes we do. We need to phone a friend and just check in there, be able to vent, be able to talk, be able to get good feedback from somebody who loves you. So good connections. Number 4, creativity. Use your creative outlet, because that's also going to train the brain for positivity. And we need as much positivity as we can get. We need as much pleasure as we can get, right? Because we are inundated with the negative in our world. And sometimes our negative thoughts create anxiety, create overwhelm for us. So if we want to be mentally tough, we need to put ourselves in spaces where we're going to enjoy, right? Where we're going to experience pleasure. And using our creativity is one of those. So maybe that means that you love to paint, you love to garden, you love to cook, whatever you have as a creative outlet, use that. And the last one here that I'm going to talk about is to stop multitasking. It goes back to that idea of meditation and being still and being quiet. Multitasking steals your time. I know you think that you're doing multiple things and that you're just killing it, right? Kicking stuff off your list. Well, actually, it's creating a problem for you. We're overworking, overtaxing the brain. Decision fatigue is setting in here. And we need to just do one thing at a time, concentrate on one thing at a time, whatever that is for you. Whatever task that you're doing, do that one task and do it well. Give your brain a break. Mental toughness. So we know what it looks like to not be mentally tough. We felt that before, but what does it look like to be mentally tough? To be mentally tough means that you can bounce back. You can bounce back from whatever it is that is thrown at you in the day. It looks like harnessing your inner strength, just like we talked about with the meditation, with the gratitude, positivity. You have reserve there so that when you do get overwhelmed and stressed out, you're not going to be depleted, right? Because you've got the reserve. It looks like that you're learning from the crisis. Instead of the crisis taking you down, you actually learn from it, apply what you've learned in a different situation. So application there. So we can take whatever it is that's happening to us and look at it as an opportunity, good or bad, look at it as an opportunity for growth. That's mental toughness. That's what's going to keep you going in a positive direction and a positive trajectory. Because what I know to be true is that when you're moving, keep moving, because that's what's going to help you to reach the goal. It's much easier to keep moving than it is to start moving, my friend. So keep moving in motion, hopefully in a positive trajectory. If you don't feel positive right now and that overwhelm is sucking you under, look back to these 5 tips that we just talked about. And if you want more information like this, subscribe to the channel. I'm a certified health coach giving you all kinds of health advice. We talk more about this in the Wellness with Gina membership program, where we go over priorities, we go over perception, we talk about the 4 life areas and how those life areas need deposits every single day so that we don't get sucked under. We talk about happiness and motivation and keeping the momentum going towards a positive life. If you're interested in that membership program, I will leave the link in the description below. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Until next time, have a great day.